Hi, my name is Zana and I'm from Kosovo. Um, During the design thinking workshop for Yes, I was introduced to the Innovators Compass, and this is how I'm using it to develop my community project on spreading mental health awareness. Um, Firstly, um, the in my community, the youth and also older generations are being involved in this project. And for this part, I also made a stakeholder matrix, um, which would um, allow us to see better who holds the power to make a change regarding this issue, and also who has the most interest on this issue in my community. Um, then I made observations in my community to see the main issues regarding my topic and also where they stemmed from. So I found that a lot of parents don't acknowledge their children's mental health issues. And for example, depression is often not considered to be real. Also, people don't see therapists or psychologists because they're often associated with being crazy or abnormal. And people really care a lot about what other people think in my community. And I think this issue stems from more traditional views that older generations have because of their lack of education on mental health in the past. Then I went on and had conversations with people in my community, like neighbors and friends, and we spoke about what we spend our time, energy, and money on, and also what we value most and what we're most passionate about. And I found that um, my community really values respecting the elderly, but also marriage and having children and just family relationships in general, but also healthcare and schools and raising children. So using these principles, I came up with some ideas. Firstly, I came up with two questions that I wanted to focus on answering. One of them, how might we normalize talking about mental health whilst valuing family relationships? Which I think we can use this to our advantage because we can have conversations in our families about mental health. Um, and so I wrote down some of the ideas I had underneath these questions. And then from these ideas, I came up with a plan or an experiment that I am going to try, which is to start a social media campaign and then use people that I know who are interested in this project so that we can have conversations with people we know and then post on our social media about how that went, um, like how our conversations about mental health went. If they were successful, I think that would be a great example for other people to follow. But even if it's not as successful, I think it's still important to show people that that happens and that mental health really is a taboo topic still in our community even today. Um, and then I also think that it's important to talk to positive deviants, so people who do have therapists and whose parents do support them. So they would be a good example to share their experiences with us on social media, for example, have an Instagram live or something like that. So this was kind of what I'm planning to do with my project, and thank you for listening.